Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Ja.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Ja.
And I am Anthony Sie, and a pleasant welcome to Focus on Liberia, where we always educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. Welcome, and I cannot say welcome enough. The topic for today might be heartbreaking for some of you, but hey, Focus on Liberia has received information about an alleged corruption at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation in Liberia. According to the information that we have received and in our possession, there is a serious corruption scandal or syndicate at that corporation in Liberia. And so we are here breaking the news. Yes, you heard me. We are breaking the news about a corruption syndicate at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation in Liberia. Welcome, hit the share button, and we will be starting in no time. We have gotten information sent to us in our possession from somebody whose name we cannot disclose, but who has indicated to us that which they have shared with us and that is in our possession is completely a syndicate that they have observed, that has been documented sufficiently, and that a thorough investigation has been done. And that investigation has uncovered a big syndicate at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation involving high-level managers at that corporation in Liberia. And so, folks, based on our analysis of the document, one can only see that this has been coordinated. This has been something that some high-level officials at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation have been up to. It suggests money laundering, allegedly. It suggests inside trading and the flow of cash that has been taking place since 2016 up to now. It's within and around 17 million United States dollars. This is the estimated amount that some officials at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation have been playing with. Clearly, if this information as documented, if this investigation has shown, then we can say that this appears to be a syndicate, massive corruption, money laundering, and all manner of dubious financial dealings taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Again, this is a breaking news suggesting an alleged corruption at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. A source has reached out to us with a document which is an investigative document that shows a serious fraudulent financial activities at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. And our source is saying, if the information that they have provided that suggests sufficient corruption at the highest level at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, and that if anybody at that agency want to dispute what they have shared with us, what they have observed, what has been documented and investigated thoroughly, suggesting significant corruption at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, then they will not hesitate to give us even more information and evidence suggesting that individuals in high places at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation have been involved in significant corruption. And we have specific duties as outlined in the investigative document that has been sent to us. But we must emphasize here that these level of corruption and malpractices that suggest money laundering, illicit cash flow, and significant corruption are all alleged. No one can be deemed as guilty of corruption until proven in a court of competent jurisdiction. But as the information, as the investigation, and as the documents in our possession show, these are significant fraudulent corruption activities taking place, as shown by the document, by senior managers at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. This is a breaking news. And the breaking news is there is serious and significant act of corruption taking place, that has been taking place based on document in our possession, that senior level managers at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation are involved, staffers are involved, institutions have been used for the flow of this cash illicitly, and some of the institutions that have been giving money for services that they purportedly conducted or carried out by the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Some of these institutions, when traced, when verified, are either not legitimate or completely fraudulent institutions. The document also shows some individuals at that corporation have received several thousands of dollars repeatedly and repeatedly. The dates are available based on the document given to us by this source. The check numbers are also well documented based on the document we have in our possession. And the amounts also in our possession based on the document. The same can be said about fraudulent institutions that some high-level individuals have dealt with for the sole purpose of pocketing these funds for their own personal use. So again, we break the news to say it has been alleged that significant corruption is taking place, has been taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. And so we will now go to some of the specifics of this serious level of corruption alleged as taking place or been taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. For example, according to what we have in our possession, sent to us by this whistleblower, a staffer at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, in person of Ade Prat Dede, received $1 million between January 3rd, 2020 and December 12th, 2022. As you can see on the screen, the first column shows disbursements in U.S. currency, $2,500 to Ade Prat Dede on December 22nd, 2022. And the disbursement reference number at the last column, 740851. That's the first reference number for the first disbursement that was disbursed to Ade Prat Dede. Again, this is document presented to us, and this person is telling us this was an investigation that unearthed what suggests to be a fraudulent financial practice taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. So as you can see in the document there, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 different times, this same amount has been disbursed to Ade Prat Dede. The reference numbers for the disbursements are right there. The virtual dates are right there. And the individuals or recipient for this amount can also be seen in the document, as you can see on the screen. Also, another employee of the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, Cecilia Gibson, is an employee, received $2 million between August 5th of 2016 and December 23rd of 2019. As you can see, same amount, 2,500, was disbursed to Cecilia Gibson on several occasions and repeatedly. The dates are there, the disbursement reference numbers are seen right there, and the recipient name is Cecilia Gibson. Based on the information that we have given to us by this person, if this is true, this only suggests significant corruption taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation in Liberia. Now, the question we must ask, how come one person at the agency is receiving this much money repeatedly? How come? What is this person doing? This amount is clear, it's not the person's salary. We will show you another information that raises serious question about even salary disbursement at this agency. So for Cecilia and Ade to be receiving $2,500 repeatedly on separate dates with different reference numbers for the transaction suggests a questionable financial dealing. Now, it is on this institution to come and tell us that these transactions, as suspicious as this look, are not suspicious at all, and that they can provide the justification and the explanation behind what appears to be questionable transactions. Now, to go further, this is a transaction of salaries at that particular agency. As you can see right here, folks, this chart shows that salaries have been disbursed repeatedly, as it will always be, and that's necessarily something that we have to look at. So we have 300,000 United States dollars was disbursed for the staff, that is their salary. Now, if you look where you see the red, even though 300,000 was disbursed for employee staff, after they all got paid, $84,000 was left. The virtual date, as you can see, and the disbursement reference number can also be seen. Another salary was disbursed in the amount of 400,000 United States dollars. All the staff got paid, and yet the institution was left with 185,000 United States dollars. That was May 21st, 2017. Then a salary of 214,000 was disbursed. And then 500,000 was disbursed. As you can see, the red shows the difference. The amount that got left after all the staff got paid, that was money left. So we're talking about 5,162,000 that was collected for salaries between August 16 to December of 2022. Employee got paid, and yet money got left. Now, what was done with the money is another thing that we need to look at. Now, if you look at the document carefully, all right, a payroll at a fixed amount, and that was double, the double set amount on a monthly basis for salary for each month. A difference of additional thousands of dollars, you understand, directed, to a separate account for personal withdrawal and benefits. This suggests illicit cash flow, as you can see. And again, the red show the difference after the employees got paid. And what was done with the difference, according to the document we have in our possession, the difference of 84,000, the difference was 185,000, and the difference of 113,000 was diverted to a different account because the employee got paid. And the dates are also shown right there. So given that Ade, also Cecilia Gibson were part of the staff that got paid, why were they getting 2,500 on so many occasions? That's the question we need to ask, and that also suggests that there is a serious and questionable financial dealings going on at that particular agency. And so, folks, also, as you can see right here, and let me, there you have it. Now, there is an institution, Universal Hospital Supply Group. This institution, according to the document in our possession, was also dealt with. There were some financial dealings that took place. Now, a disbursement of $95,200 was given to Universal Hospital Supply Group on the 24th of April 2020. The disbursement reference numbers can be seen right there. And then followed by $135,482 to the very Universal Hospital Supply Group, followed by $96,402.75, again disbursed to Universal Hospital in 2019. The reference numbers can be seen far right. Now, do we have an institution or do we have a business with the name Universal Hospital Supply Group? If any such institution exists, did this institution actually provide these services to the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation? And are the amounts accurate? These amounts are huge. Can we verify this institution to see what is a legitimate institution that actually, supplied the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation with these items, as we see documented here? Do we know? We don't know. But these amounts are suspicious. The institution is questionable. The recipient, that is the institution, is also questionable. Whether this institution exists, when it got registered, did it actually perform a legitimate service for the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation? Who approved of this check? Can we verify that? Can the institution come clean? Again, these transactions are questionable. These transactions are dubious. The recipients are either not legitimate. The recipients cannot easily be traced. And the individuals who dealt with these institutions approving these amounts and where these funds are going remain also questionable. So folks, again, we are breaking a news about a serious questionable financial transactions and dealings at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. As you can see, we're talking about Universal Hospital Supply Groups, right? So talking about that. So who is the owner of this business? The owner of this business is former inducted member of the Board of Governors of Central Bank. According to the document, this institution was established May 31st of 2016. And the institution received a total of $327,000 United States dollars that was transferred to this company's account in Accra, Ghana on January the 7th, 2019 and February 24, 2020. Why Accra, Ghana? This money was transferred to the account of this particular Universal Hospital Group. The owner, or the one who has ownership to this so-called Universal Hospital Group, is former inducted member of the Board of Governors of the Central Bank of Liberia. So folks, these transactions are questionable. Highly questionable. Also, we want to share with you another questionable transaction done with an individual at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. The name of that employee is Jacqueline Tuba. Jacqueline Tuba is an employee at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. This individual, who is an employee of this agency, alone received $875,000 United States dollars between June of 2016 and September of 2022. Why is this just one person receiving this outstanding amount of money between June of 2016 and September of 2022? Why will one person be receiving a total of $875,000? And how did the person receive the money? Every time an amount is disbursed, it's the same exact amount. 2,500, 2,500, 2,500 to Jacqueline Tuba, Jacqueline Tuba. The dates are documented. The disbursement reference numbers are also documented, as you can see in the document right there. Why is that so? What services is she performing? Are these bonuses being given to this individual for somehow extraordinary tasks this person is performing? So, as I reported earlier, Jacqueline Toba is receiving 2,500. Cecilia Gibson is receiving 2,500. And also Ade Pratt Dede is receiving 2,500. 3 staff, 2,500 each of them on multiple occasions. In other words, several times, different dates. Why? What are they doing? What services are they providing? Are they not being paid? We need to know. Again, suggesting questionable financial transaction taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. And the person who reached out to Focus on Liberia and presented to us a document suggesting these dubious and serious alleged malpractices, financial practices, said they are very sure of what they are saying. They have observed carefully, investigated, and documented these things. Also, we want to share with you more details on this breaking news. Another institution, Printer Multimedia Solution Incorporated. Printer Multimedia Solution Incorporated received several disbursements in outstanding numbers. For example, the first disbursement that was done May 19, 2021 to this Printer Multimedia Solution was 75,000 United States dollars, followed by $8,820, followed by $22,500. The dates are right there. Did this institution provide the services for which it received this money? Is there a legitimate registered business in Liberia in the first place? We need to know. Then we have Jones and Jones Law Firm. Jones and Jones Law Firm, you can go and look it up. We have not been able to establish whether Jones and Jones Law Firm is a legitimate law firm operating. However, based on the document in our possession, that according to our source is a detailed investigative report that unearthed serious corruption taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. This purported Jones and Jones law firm received $125,000 on December 5th, 2016, and also $42,192 United States dollars on June 23rd, 2017, and $50,000 United States dollars April 26, 2021, and $50,000 again on September 16, 2022 for, I want to believe, legal services or legal consultation provided by this purported Jones and Jones law firm. When we attempted to look up this Jones and Jones law firm, we were not able to establish whether it's a legitimate law firm registered in the Republic of Liberia and operating legally. And so the fact that that could not be established, and yet this law firm was dealt with repeatedly, receiving huge amount of money, one can only think that this looks like a syndicate. And our source is saying these firms, these institutions that the National Social Security officials dealt with are either dubiously registered, non-legitimate businesses, and were established for the sole purpose, or were being used for the sole purpose of defrauding the Liberian government and its people of their hard-earned dollars that should be used to pay the legitimate benefits of Liberians who have worked for the government of Liberia. So again, we are breaking news that suggests a dubious, significant, and a syndicate, a serious corruption taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. You have heard us very well. This is alleged. This is information that was sent to us. We were reached to because this person, according to us, said they have investigated, they have observed, and they have all the evidence in their possession. Some they have shared with us and that we have shared with you in detail with concise explanation for you to get a sense of how questionable these transactions are, how questionable the firms or businesses they have dealt with are. And according to the report in our possession, the total amount of money that have been expended and yet marked by questionable transaction, suggesting illicit financial flow, money laundering, and significant corruption, is within the tune of 17 million United States dollars. And that is between the period of 2016 to this 2023. These are all serious allegations, well documented. Dates, institutions dealt with, individuals involved who received significant amount of money repeatedly and repeatedly for unexplained reasons. The document is right here. And the individual is saying, if for any reason officials at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation believe that these allegations are false, misleading, and baseless, then they will be able to reveal and provide further documentation suggesting these significant level of corruption and financial practices taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. And so, folks, many of you might be saying, this is another story about our dear country, Liberia. I can only hope that this is not true. I can only hope that Liberians are not involved in this significant level of corruption at this industrial scale, someone would say. Individuals receiving huge amount of money in this faction. And to close, I will say quite clearly that a total disbursement of $17,361,903 was done between February 13, 2017 to December 16, 2022. And the entire 17 million remains questionable, the way and manner in which the funds were disbursed. the individuals and businesses that were dealt with, the individuals who make these approvals, these suggest illegal disbursements, though they appear legitimate. But it is obvious they use corridors that are fraudulent. Some of these payments were processed as loans to staffers or staffs at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. This is unbelievable. These transactions are questionable, and we can own it. We can only hope that the officials at the National Security and Welfare Corporation will see reason, will share a sense of responsibility to explain to the people of Liberia, whom they serve, that the people of Liberia deserve explanation about this dubious, fraudulent transaction that look nothing but significant financial practices. And we can hope that they can come clean. That is what we hope. And so, folks, yet again in our dear country, yet again our government, an agency of our government, individuals in our country are involved, has been alleged, has been documented here. We demand clarity. We demand explanation, because we are talking about 17 million that has been expended, and the transactions are questionable. Individuals receiving same amount multiple times on different dates. Businesses that are either not legitimate or questionable, receiving huge funds of money. This is unthinkable. This is unbelievable. How can one person receive 2 million? In the case of Cecilia Gibson, receive 2 million from 2016 to 2023. Receive 2 million, one individual. Receive that kind of money. Why so? Why? Jacqueline Toba received 875,000 from 2016 to 2022. Why this person is receiving this kind of money? Then Ade Pradede. Ade Pradede received 1 million between January of 2020 to December of 2022. Why? Why? So, folks, that is the breaking news that we have. There is an alleged massive corruption taking place allegedly at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Focus on Liberia has received a document, an investigative document that details these alleged allegations suggesting significant corruption, illicit financial flow, and money laundering. In the case of the amount disbursed to a firm claiming to be providing services to the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, but the funds were transferred to the account of this purported business that is in Ghana. We cannot emphasize this breaking news enough. Thank you for watching. And this is just our initial report on what looks like a serious syndicate. We will hope to hear from the officials at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Then and as we get more information, we will continue to report this story. This is Focus on Liberia. My name is Anthony Sear, the host of the Hour of Politics, and we brought to you breaking news on an alleged significant corruption taking place at the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation. Folks, we will take leave of you, and as you know, we do not close any of our broadcasts here without playing the song. We are all Liberians. Enjoy the song, and thank you for watching, and bye-bye.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people. Liberia.